Hey everyone, Kai Dan here, and we're back with some more How to Starbound. This video is part 2, and we're going to be discussing building your base and choosing the perfect location for which to do that. Alright, so first things first. There's a lot of different planet types in the game. You got snow, savanna, arid, desert, volcanic, tentacle, forest, jungle, and... oh, you also have asteroid field and moons. So what you're going to want to do is pick the ideal planet type for you. I would show you some examples, but we're going to skip to the good ones. Tentacle's alright, but the best ones in my opinion are forest, jungle, arid, and desert. Mostly because forest and jungle have plenty of trees and wood. You don't really need it if you already have some wood on a desert planet. You know, bring some dirt and plant some trees then. I like the desert and savanna and arid planets mostly because it's mostly dirt or dry sand, and this allows you to mine on the surface a lot quicker than on other planets. So once you've decided on your planet, what you're going to want to do is probably build a very small shelter to house your main crafting materials, such as your wooden crafting table, your furnace, campfire, all that. All those things you'll need to build other things. Then what you're going to want to do is clear a very long path, just make it flat level land. You can make two different ones going left and right if you want to, or you can just make it all on one side. And then what you're going to want to do is take the seeds that you've gotten from the start of the game and any saplings you've gotten from trees you've cut down. And you're going to make... I prefer to put the plants for food closer to the house just because they're more useful and I only get trees when I really need them. So you're going to want to plant your seeds, all of the ones you have, and as soon as they grow, cut them down, harvest them, make more. You want to expand your farm as fast as possible. This makes it so you're not going to have to, go hunting monsters just to get some food. You'll have a steady food supply at all times. And then after that, clear some space on either the opposite side of your house and make the tree farm. Just plant your favorite kind of tree. If you have only found one tree, just plant that for now until you find something you like. Pretty much you're going to want to plant 20 plus seeds at a time. This is really good because if you have enough trees, you can, I'll cut down 1,000, I'll get 1,000 unrefined wood at once. And that's great. It doesn't take too long to chop it all down. I wish there was a faster tool than the regular axe. I hope they eventually make it so we can make, copper and iron axes. But the regular axe isn't too bad. It cuts it down pretty quick. Anyways, the point of having a tree farm is, one, for wood for building, and the more important part is, once you get later on, you're traveling around planets more exploring, you can use your unrefined wood in your furnace. 10 of that is equal to 1 coal. So if you get, 1,000 unrefined wood per batch from your tree farm, that's 100 coal. 100 coal, I believe, transfers to 200 fuel for your ship, something like that. But yeah, so it's always good to make sure you have a farm early on. The earlier on you do it, the faster it's going to grow, and the easier you'll be able to sustain yourself. Another thing I want to talk to you about real quick is mining underground. Now, I know before I said it's much easier to mine along the surface, but, I mean, if you've grown attached to a planet, or if it's your home planet, you might be interested in going underground. Now, there's only a couple things you really need to know here. Bring some torches, make sure you have your flashlight on you just in case. If you don't have a lot of torches, bring some unrefined wood. That way, if you find any coal on the way down, you can, make your own torches as you go. Underground mining is not as fast because a lot of the times the tunnels don't go very deep, so you've only got so many parts, pre-dug out for you. You can obviously continue to dig deeper down, and I recommend if you ever find any gravel paths or gravel areas, or sand in general, just mine, because if you mine below the sand or gravel, it all just starts tumbling down. So aim a little lower than the level you're standing on, and it'll all just start falling down like a massive mudslide. It's pretty awesome too, especially if it's a big enough layer. You can usually find a lot of ore in there. Like if you have coal, iron, silver, you don't have to actually mine it. If you just mine below it, the ore will drop out of the gravel or sand for you really quick, but you have to get lucky and hopefully they're in there. So underground mining is a viable option, but it's not as fast as doing surface mining. Another benefit to underground mining, though, is that you do have the opportunity to find some of the more rare biomes that only spawn underground. There's a fleshy biome that's pretty grotesque looking, but pretty cool at the same time. And last but not least for this video, I'm going to give a little brief introduction to crafting weapons and, all the different kinds of weapons there are. First and foremost, there are throwing weapons that you cannot make yourself, unfortunately. You can find them in treasure chests throughout the different planets of the game and in dungeons as well. As to the normal weapons that you can craft, it starts off with copper and iron, and then you can go up from there as you progress through the different threat levels of the planets. Now there's, spears, hammers, axes, swords. You can even get shields. You can craft a shield later on, but I do not believe you can early. So there's that. There's also size. Most of the weapons are either aim yourself or swing, and it'll just kind of do a natural motion, so you don't have to actually aim for those ones. You can also dual wield weapons, which is where it comes in hand for a one-handed weapon. You can either choose to do, a dagger and a shield, or you can do 2 daggers and swing both of them at once, wildly murdering everything really quickly. Personally, I like the dual wield in this game. Works out pretty nicely, but unfortunately most of the weapons enemies drop are one-handed. There's also guns later on in the game, but you can only get those from enemy drops. And, dungeons early on in the game usually don't have too many weapons that are ranged, so your chances of getting those go up as you progress further through the game. Alright, thanks for watching, everyone. Like, favorite, and subscribe if you guys want to see more, and